Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, Judy Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Last of Us. This one's going to be doing a video talking about the renewal of The Last of Us Season 2 and the TV series. We have some news from Craig, the showrunner for The Last of Us series. Apparently, this is going to be a 100% adaptation from the video game. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Last of Us. This one's going to be doing another video talking about The Last of Us renewal for Season 2. We did a video on it yesterday where we talked about, of course, the announcement of The Last of Us getting a Season 2 on HBO, which of course is probably going to be a couple years. But we have gotten a official confirmation now that we will be getting a Season 2 of The Last of Us. And I mean, after the success of the first 2 episodes of The Last of Us, I mean, really, they would be kind of dumb not to. It's literally the biggest trending show right now on TV. It's an incredible series, you know, so far. Last of Us really is just killing it. And now, well, I want to talk about a major comment that came out from the writers and the showrunners and, you know, all that stuff. Craig and even Neil Druckmann have both confirmed, and they've reiterated it again yesterday, and they've really made sure that everybody knew it. The Last of Us Season 2 will be adapting the second game of The Last of Us to a T, and they will be adapting it 100%. There are no intentions of changing the story. So, yeah, you know, I mean, if that's not confirmation, I don't know what is, right? So, you guys know the drill. You guys already know already. I do not like The Last of Us 2. I think it is a poorly written story, and probably one of the worst stories in gaming history, in my opinion. Again, make sure to be respectful of each other and everybody's opinions in the comments, because I know The Last of Us 2 is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. If anybody even dares says anything bad for The Last of Us 2, you will never hear the end of it. It's absolutely hilarious. But, like I said, just in my opinion, I think it is a horrible story. I think the gameplay is actually really good. So if you're curious, like, oh, Dan, you just hate everything about The Last of Us 2. No, I like the visuals and I do like the gaming. It's actually a very big positive for me. But the story itself is not something that I enjoy. And I'm gonna be honest about this right now. If they adapt this in a TV show, which of course is what it's sounding like, you know, I think this could easily be a show killer. And I'm very, very curious to know how the TV audience is going to respond to what they do in that game. And I'm not going to go into spoilers in this video on what exactly happens because, again, I don't really want to spoil that for people, and I know that a lot of my Last of Us videos, there's a lot of people that haven't played the game, so I'm going to kind of remain spoiler-free for this one because we've already talked about what happens, but let's just say the choices they make in The Last of Us 2, the choices that they made and the differences and the changes to the overall story that they made, I thought was a really bad idea. I think that they could have done it. The certain scene in that game, they could have done a lot different, and they actually could have done that scene in a different fashion, and I think it would have been really good. But in the fashion they did it in and the way they presented it, I thought it was a very bad idea. And honestly, it's part of the reason why I'm very much worried for this second season. You know, are they going to adapt the game very well? Yeah, probably. You know, if it's any indication on how they're doing season 1, they're probably going to adapt this game very, very closely and probably very well. You know, and here's the thing about it too, right, is that, you know, no matter how you feel about what they did in The Last of Us 2, if they adapt it as good as they're adapting Season 1 right now, based off the first game, this could be an amazing adaptation of that second game. And what I mean by that is that they could do a amazing adaptation of something that's bad. You know, you can have a bad story, but the adaptation is like incredible, you know, and that's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to adapt this very well. Like, I think it's going to be well shot, and I'm not worried about any of that. It's just, again, bringing that story to TV is something that I really was hoping they wouldn't do. I've already heard a plethora of fans that were saying, anybody watch the YouTuber Tyrone? Yeah, I remember he said in one of his videos recently, he was just like, once I see Abby, I'm gone, you know, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I understand it, right? There are ways to make Abby work. There really are. And I've said this before. You just need to pick a different character. And, you know, this could all go away. And I've said many, many times, and again, I'm not going to talk about anything of what this means, but I think Tommy would be a better choice for a certain scene in this game. And, you know, if they did something with Tommy, and then the story continued as it did in the game with different characters still being around, I think it honestly would work, you know. But it sounds like that's not what they want to do, unless there's a huge twist coming in here, and maybe they want people to think they're going to adapt it exactly the same, and then when the season comes out, they're going to swerve us like they've done already with season one. I don't know. That would actually be kind of brilliant on their end if they did that. But like I said, if they don't do the big moment that they did in the second game, and maybe they switch it out for a different character or something, I think they can make this work. I really do. I think at that point you could actually make this whole thing work. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see how they handle it. But again, we'll see what they've got planned. It's not looking good. I'll say that. It's definitely not looking good. But I'm still very excited for it. I'm excited to see how they do it. I'm just a little worried on, of course, well, just adapting that story in general. I'm very worried for that coming to TV, and I'm honestly scared to see how the fans feel about it, because yes, there are The Last of Us 2 fans. There are a lot of people that do like the game, which is shocking, because back in the day, nobody liked it, but that's besides the point. I'm very curious to see how the viewership continues for this show, because I'm very curious to know if the viewers are going to go down, or if they're going to go up from this, because I doubt that they would go up from this, but again, we'll see what happens. The Last of Us 3 as a game, too, them kind of talking about the ideas of that, too. I've already heard rumors that The Last of Us game Part 3 is going to be based on an entirely new character, and we're not even going to focus on the characters that are left after Last of Us Part 2, which I'm like, man, does that not speak volumes on the quality of Part 2? They literally could not even continue the darn story. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this idea of adapting the game 100%? And let me know, anybody that loves it, anybody that hates it, I want to hear from it, of course, from all of you, all your different opinions. Of course, remember to remain respectful, but I would love to hear your opinions about it in the comment section below. So anyway, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for The Last of Us. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for The Last of Us. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.